Morning, guys. Let's see. Clayton on Zoom. Kayla, Mason. Oh, he was gonna go to that conference. Jalian on Zoom. Uh, Duffield on Zoom. Logan excused today. Jackson here. Logan here. Savannah Hammock. All right. Dakota. Dakota Hill. David Kelly on Zoom. Dawson here. McCoy here. Moberly. That's there. Guys, this is going to be the last time. I gave two or three people approval on Zoom. Don't do this again. Next time you do this, I'm going to count you absent, whether you're on Zoom or not. It is not a license not to be here. I understand some of you are coming from distances and take an online class. You know, this class is offered online next year. Take that one. Lauren, oh man, there's going to be an earthquake today. Lauren's not here unless I had an email. No. Oh, okay. She's one of the 437 people. I didn't get an email about that, but then I'll have her excuse because I got two emails about that. Logan Eldridge and I am sure, yeah. But you gotta let me know. Moran, Steve's here. Petty, Carter Petty, Randall's here. Rose, Jared Rose, Shorty's on Zoom. Bryson, Noah, Sutherland. I have a oh, you're on Zoom. Okay. Kylie, Clayton here. Uh, Sharon here. Blake Winell. No, nothing. Savannah Wilson here. And that's it. All right. Well, then we'll do the fun stuff and then I'm here. Okay. Last time we talked about valuation of the bonds. That part is relatively simple. I'm sure you've seen it in your basic finance class in 301 and maybe some other places. But one of the things you may not have seen is how to think about the risks of holding bonds. Let me open that file we had last time. I'm going to start a new file, but just to highlight the risks. Where are you? Okay. Come on, enable content. For ease of comparison, I'm going to start all bonds at par. So let's say this is a yield to maturity of 4. Oh, this is on solar mode. Let's get that out of solar mode, right? If the yield to maturity of a bond is equal to the coupon rate, the value of the bond is always equal to the face value. independent of the maturity. Okay. Now, uh, let, let's look at what would happen to value of this bond if the yield to maturity increased by 1 basis point. Okay. Remember, 1 basis point is percent of a percent. So if I increase, this is a 30-year bond to 4.01, you're going to lose about $18. That's 18 out of 10,000, so that's 18 basis points or 0.18% of your investment. And 1 basis point is typically the round-off error or bid-offer spread in bond markets. If I had done that for 10 basis points, you would have lost about $132 or so, or 1.3% of your investment. Okay. Now let's look at the same numbers for a 5-year bond. Remember, at par, they are all equal to 10,000. You're going to lose only $45 or 0.45% of your investment. Roughly, the percentage change in the value of the 30-year bond is 3 times as much as percentage change in the value of the 5-year bond. That's going to be even lower on a 2-year bond. You're going to lose about $19 or 0.19%. So this immediately establishes the longer is the maturity of a bond, everything else being the same, the higher is the risk or the interest rate risk or sensitivity to interest rate changes, however you want to phrase it. And this immediately asks the question, suppose I'm holding such a bond, what should I do? I'll give you the example of Silicon Valley Bank. Do you guys know of that bank? What happened to Silicon Valley Bank about this time last year? Huh? They didn't lose all their money, but Fed essentially took them over. And in fact, there was such a big fear. About 90% of SVB's deposits were not FDIC insured because they were commercial deposits of the venture capital type firms they actually financed. And in an increasing interest rate environment, some of them thought, maybe we should take our money out. And these guys had $200 billion plus in assets. And when they had over $100 billion in deposits. Okay. When you have that much in deposits, there is a requirement that you're going to keep about 8 to 10% as a reserve. Okay, that's fine. But since these are not FDIC insured, in case there's a bank run, you should also have liquid assets around. So if your customer comes in, remember, banks are in the business of lending other people's money to other people. They make money from the spread. You deposit your money to the bank. For example, even someone like Robinhood, they give me 5% interest rate on my cash balances because I have the gold account, which means I pay $5 a month. Given that that also allows me to do a lot of other things, I'm good with that. But the Fed funds rate minimum is 5.25. So even if they didn't do anything, they lent their money in the Fed funds rate window, they typically would get about 5.33 on their money. Just based on that alone, they're going to make 33 basis points. If you got $100 billion, 33 basis points is a lot of money. 0.33 times 1, 2, 3. I'm going to do it in millions. divided by 365.